So, I made a Discord server. This is not one of those stories where everything worked out perfectly and everybody clapped at the end. Actually, this story ends with me deleting the entire server. Kind of awkward, so let me explain. A while ago, I got really excited about a project I wanted to make. I wanted to do a reanimation project for Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And ours was about recreating the comic of Cass Apocalyptic AU. But you also know that they're a massive amount of work. But at the time, I was feeling confident. And by confident, I mean I had absolutely no idea what I was getting into. So I made a Discord server. The plan was simple. Artists and animators could audition, I'd pick participants, we'd organize everything, and then we'd create an amazing intro reanimation together. Easy, right? Wrong. Very wrong. At first, though, things were actually going pretty well. People started joining the server, artists submitted their auditions, animators showed examples of their work, and honestly, some of you are insanely talented. Like every time someone submitted their artwork, I would just stare at it until I would start drawing again. The voice actors were amazing. They all sounded like the characters, like especially Donatello and Karai. And everyone else was just amazing. And then everyone seemed excited. People got their parts. People started planning. And people were discussing ideas. And for a little while, I was sitting there feeling like a professional project director. I wasn't a professional project director. I was a teenager with a Discord server. There is a difference, a very important difference, because eventually reality arrived. And reality showed up carrying a folding chair. First of all, managing people is hard. Like, really hard. Nobody tells you this when you're excitedly creating channels and assigning roles, and then suddenly you're answering questions from 5 different people at the same time. Someone can't access a channel, someone needs clarification on their part, someone is confused about deadline, and someone accidentally pinged everyone. And somehow, you're expected to know what you're doing. I did not know what I was doing. I was figuring everything out as I went. And then there was another issue. My mom, my mother, my caretaker. Lovely. Now, before I continue, I need to make something clear. My mom loves me, but she's just very protective. Like, if overprotectiveness was an Olympic sport, she'd probably win a gold medal. And honestly, considering how many weird people exist online, I can't even completely blame her. As the server got bigger, she started becoming more concerned about me running it. And then I started noticing some things too. Most people in the server were wonderful. Seriously, you guys were awesome. I love you guys. The overwhelming majority of you were kind, respectful, talented, and supportive. But every online community has a few moments that make you go, yeah, I don't like that. A few interactions started making me uncomfortable. Nothing dramatic and nothing movie worthy. Just situations where I realized that being responsible for a public Discord server was becoming stressful. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized something. I started this project because I loved animation, I loved art, and I loved Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But somewhere along the way, I was spending less time enjoying the project and more time worrying about managing the server and managing my life. And that's when I had to make a decision. I decided to delete the server. Trust me, this wasn't a decision that I made overnight. I thought about it for quite a while because I knew that people had put effort into this project. People had auditioned, people had been selected, and people had spent time creating artwork and preparing animation. I knew deleting the server would disappoint some people, and honestly, I felt terrible about that. But at the end of the day, I had to be realistic. I'm still a teenager. I'm on the way of becoming a doctor. School exists, life exists, and family exists. And running a Discord community while trying to manage a collaborative animation project was becoming too much for me. So I chose to step away. And if you're one of the people who participated, I want to say something. Thank you for auditioning, thank you for helping, thank you for believing in the project, and thank you for sharing your art. The amount of talent I saw was honestly incredible. Even though the project didn't end up going where I hoped, I don't regret meeting so many creative people. You guys worked hard, and I want that effort to be recognized. If you created artwork, animation, edits, or anything else for the project, you're completely welcome to post your work on your own channels or pages. The only thing I ask is that you credit me as the original project creator. That's it. Your work deserves to be seen. You spent time on it, and you should be proud of it. And honestly, keeping it hidden away would be kind of sad. So please share it and show people what you made. You earned that. As for me, I've learned a few things from this experience. Number one, making a Discord server is much easier than running a Discord server. Number two, managing a large project is harder than it looks. And number three, whenever I think, how difficult could this possibly be? The answer is always more difficult than I expected. So yeah, the server is gone, the project didn't work out the way I planned, and that's disappointing. But sometimes things don't work out. That doesn't mean the experience is worthless. But thank you to everyone who participated, and thank you for understanding why I had to make this decision. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go do something less stressful, like fighting for Mutant Ninja Turtles, or maybe cosplaying some. Because honestly, that's way more easier than moderating a Discord server. And wish you guys luck for the episode 9 of Digital Circus. See you guys later.